Hello, and welcome back to Midweek Gaming, episode number 63. We had a break last week because I was in London, so we're back now this week. Yeah, I had a couple of beers. It was quite fun. London was
pre-birthday drinks with Lizzie.
Yeah, it was a different experience. It was all right.
It was an expensive experience.
Didn't cost me a penny. Didn't cost me a penny, mate. What are you on about? Company do.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Dad's birthday, so company do. But yeah, it was a good time. It was London Transport Museum, the National History Museum, and all that. I think the kids were a bit young though for it, but they really enjoyed the National Transport Museum. That was good. That was all the buses and trains, etc. That was very good. That was. But anyway, we're back this week, and I wondered who dropped out. There we go. He's back now. I wonder why it dropped to 4.
I didn't drop out. It just all of a sudden I was backstage. I thought you did it to me. I'm like, oh, okay,
no,
there's Stubbs being an asshole again. Yeah.
He pressed that button again. That magic button.
I didn't actually press it. I didn't press it that time. I didn't. But no. And this week we've got a Bald Man Gamer who was involved in my podcast Sunday. That done very well, and he was involved in the Nutella incident. He was.
Oh yes.
Discovering.
Yes. Certain people don't know
who... taste of goodness.
Animated laughing there.
Oh my god! Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna have to explain himself. Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, I'm actually for that when he comes on. I'm actually gonna clip that actual clip and play it. Just that little section
good,
properly.
Good call.
It was funny. But he was quite chuffed with himself after. He's become a podcast legend. He said. What he said. But no, how are you doing anyway?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. Not had a chance to do much gaming wise. It's been busy every day things, and but yeah, other than that, not doing bad. Thanks for having me again. It's brilliant to be back on midweek, and yeah, thank you.
It's always good. Who's gone now? Removable's gone now. They keep going.
Have you kicked him out?
No, it was not me. Not this time. Not with you with that picture with Sonic being maimed.
I'm quite surprised no one's said out in the chat yet. I don't think no one's picked it up yet.
No, they haven't. But if you didn't know today, Baldman Gamer has been so kindly as to donate a 3-month Game Pass card to a lucky listener in the chat. So look out for that. I'll tell you, I've been struggling with what to do, but I'm going to pick a number from 1 to 500, and halfway through the show, I'm going to ask people. I'll ask it again, and whoever guesses the closest to the number wins.
I would say when you do that, put it in our private chat area so we can, so it's legit. I'm not saying you wouldn't, but just so we can back it up. If there's a question, we can say no. This is what he put.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Put it in there so I can guess the correct number, right?
It's 69, isn't it? It is 69, is it? Yeah. Is it 99 because of his love for ice creams?
But yeah, no, I will drop that in the private chat. I will, and when I do it, I'll let everyone know just so they can be reminded. But thanks for doing that, Baldman Game. You didn't have to do that. It was nice of you.
No, don't mind. Like I said, talking to you earlier, every now and again, just like to drop some normally on GPG, but I thought today, why not drop it back on here, and make someone's day, hopefully.
Spread some smiles.
Spread the love.
Definitely. Thanks for that. And Animated Evil, how are you doing? I hear you've been enticing Baldman Gamer into playing the Avengers again. You have.
Yes,
that's what he's been telling me.
It's a fun game. It really is. It's good. I was playing with Darren the other day. He hadn't done the first mission, unfortunately, so he had to play by himself. But yeah, it's Marvelous Mondays is the thing, right? So I have now moved into a new room in the house. Bit echoing, I think, but we'll get there. We're on a temporary desk because the wood hasn't turned up for the desk. Other than that, we're all good, sir. We're all good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And removable sanity. How are you doing?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
What was that? What
Can't
was
complain
that?
too
I
much.
don't know what that was.
Wow.
What?
You made you started talking. You made some weird noises, like you were like.
What's happening?
I have no idea, dude.
I mean, hello. Yeah,
that was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's I'm trying to think of what it was. Who was it? It was based off of a film with City Slickers. And the guy goes, I can't think of the actual guy, and he goes, yes, and he actually, when he meets Norman the cow, he goes, hello, and I was like, that kind of stuck in my head for some reason. So there you go. That's how weird my brain works. But yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Been working my arse off like everybody else. So yeah, I really haven't had much chance to game, to be honest with you. But I've been keeping an eye on the old the spaces and seeing what's been coming out. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to tonight's topics. And of course, it's obviously great to have the man himself, the BMG. See, yeah, looking forward to seeing what takes he comes off and his love for Foster's wafting across the screen now and then. There we go. See, look at that.
Start to welcome Nutella in the chat. Oh, I mean, Darren. Welcome, Cerebral Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So far, so good. Been a pretty good week. Kind of chill. Excited because I've confirmed I am now going to MegaCon Orlando. So if any of our listeners are in the Orlando area for MegaCon in a couple of weeks, I will be there. Yeah, so there you go.
Yes, get a signed autograph whilst you can.
That's right.
He's got his own stand and signed photographs.
That's right.
Yep.
And it's only $80 to talk to me. So there you go.
Yep.
That's a cheap price. That's Jesus Christ. You've cut the price down, haven't you?
Oh well, if they want a picture with me, that's 150. So you know.
Wow. Oh, right. Okay. And anything more, well, like that's all up for negotiations.
Yeah.
Welcome to Darren. Nutella remains sorry, and welcome to Dreadpool. Luke Steele, I see, is in chat.
Yep. Back from the dead.
Back from the dead.
Who got pipped at the post by Dreadpool?
Yes, Dreadpool. I'll tell you what. Back from the dead is not going to be happy with you. Every week he comes here and he drops the first comment in, and you have beaten him today. Welcome to Pixel Slapper as well. Thanks for hopping in. As I mentioned before, anyone who doesn't know yet, halfway through the show, I'm going to be doing a competition for 3 months of Game Pass provided by Baldman Gamer. I'm going to do basically you have to guess a number between 1 and 500, and whoever gets the closest wins. And for transparency, I will be telling the panel for transparency, just so people can't say, "Oh, you picked so and so because he's your best mate." So it's fairer that way. It is.
By the way, when he says halfway through the show, tonight's show is a special show. It's 12 hours long. So
12 hours long. Yep. You have to watch the whole thing. You can't go for a toilet break. You have to.
It'll be around an hour mark, if you want to know. So I'm going to start off with this fantasy. He's not in here at the moment. This fantasy topic first. It's like I don't know if any of you know. Oreo's here. Ori's here. Nutella. Darren, talk to him in chat. Tell him what happened.
Oh, Puxley's here.
Or do you want it playing over the microphone? I don't think it will come through very well. I don't know if it will. Do you reckon it will?
We can clip it and find it and showcase it off.
I don't know whether it won't play very well with the microphone, will it?
Knowing the way your laptop struggles, do you really want to take the risk and probably kill the entire podcast?
Through the microphone.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. Gonna be honest, I wouldn't take the risk.
I will send you the video, Ori, on Twitter from my phone. Don't worry. Welcome, Puxley. I can't see him in my chat for some reason.
See, it's struggling. It's struggling. The hamster's starting to give up the ghost.
So yeah, welcome, Puxley, as well. So here we go. So this topic was made by Pyro MD. It wasn't a topic; it was a tweet he replied to. But so this topic is I'll go into it first. This is totally fancy. Would never happen. But would you ever like to see a brand new console from Sega? I.e., in the Asian markets, have, say, the Xbox Series S or even Xbox Series X, but have it branded under Sega-based console, because despite what any of us Sega's still the powerhouse over there, and it's quite respected in Japan and Asia, and Microsoft isn't. So what he was basically getting at, simply put, he feels that the partnership should benefit Sega more on the unit and accessory sales. Just Sega work as like a proxy. So a real world example would be the MCU Spider-Man films. Microsoft would do the production of the hardware, but Sega handles the region's marketing, packaging, distribution, heavily subsidized by Microsoft. All Sega games go onto Game Pass after 3 months and release, and Sega can still make and release their games on other platforms at their discretion. Now, this is a pipe dream. You got to remember, this is Fantasyland. What do you think to this, Ballman Gamer? This stuff would never happen, but it's a what if. A bit of fun.
Well, if the picture in the background don't quite say how I feel about Sonic and Sega, no. I don't.
Sheer love.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that could work, because you know, they brand the consoles of Sega. Sega not very good at making games. Well, they make games, but it takes them so long to bring games out. I don't think it would be a benefit to Microsoft anyway, but I think, in my personal opinion and how I feel deep down inside, Sega should just go away.
Oh,
no Sega, no consoles.
Where did Sonic hurt you? Point to the doll. Point to the Mario doll and tell me where he hurt you.
He touched me here. No, I just don't think it's something that wouldn't be feasible anyway, even in a fantasy, because it's like, what would Microsoft actually gain out of it by doing that? Because, like I say, it's all right saying games, but if you're taking, like, you might get 1 or 2 games after so many months, I just don't think it would be even worth it. No. So, nope. Sega should just do what they did back when they were against Nintendo and just go away. That's all I can say.
Fair enough. What would you say, Animated, to that question?
I'm probably the opposite, I think. Well, not so much the opposite. I've got a lot of love for Sega. I really have, because I was a Sega boy. Back in the day when I was a child, it was never Nintendo for me. It was always Sega. So I've got a love for Sega. But I also have got to agree with the fact that there's no point in them bringing out a new console. It's going to gain nothing for Microsoft. It's going to gain nothing for anyone. Sega is a fantastic name in Japan, but I think they are where they need to be, and release their IPs, and that's it. They had their chance, and unfortunately, as big a name as they are, I don't think it will be an advantage for either them or Microsoft.
Okay. That's right. I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk on. That's all. Yeah, fair enough. Removable. What do you reckon?
Oh, I would absolutely love it to be another company into the fray. Perfect. I would say okay as to say is the console itself would be a combatant to Nintendo, where Sony's a combatant to Xbox. I would say do a console that was combatant to Nintendo, like a mobile, effectively, a portable platform, which then could sell off it, showcase off its greatest and latest, as well along with some new titles. More power to Sega means more games for everybody generally. Yes, they may come further down the line, and may not be soon as we'd like it to be, but why not? What's the harm that could do? If Microsoft is willing to take the bet and put a little bit of cash behind them, why not? I say, make it more interesting. Give us more choice.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a Sega fanboy though. I'm a bit biased. From the old days, the old Sega Dreamcast and Sega Mega Drive.
You'd still have them doing all the magazines if you could get away with it.
I actually
mate, who wouldn't want the magazines back?
Who would?
Even if any magazines.
There's a Sega magazine now at the moment that a load of guys make called Sega Mania. It's in the UK, and they actually put together and they're going through the years. They started off at Sega's first console, and they're actually reviewing games as if they're releasing in timeline, and they keep going through all the consoles. It's a really good magazine. It is. If you like, it goes through, and it also advertises like the upcoming Mega CD and stuff like that. It's really good. It is.
It's a retro magazine in the modern day era, is what you're saying.
It is, but it's actually in print as well.
That's good. You don't see that much. You don't see that much often.
Oh, you won't see this in shops. If you've got to order it off the website, it wouldn't be feasible for them to try and get that into the shops. They'd go broke. They would. They're only independent guys. There's about 6 of them. There's not many. It's more of a passion project for them. It is. It is. But yeah, welcome to Def Leopard. Thanks for stopping in. I think this is your first time here, maybe. Thanks for popping in. Cerebral Paul, what would your thoughts be on this?
I kind of agree with Bolton Gamer. There's nothing in it for Microsoft. And the fact that because I actually thought about this, Microsoft is trying to get their brand recognition up over there. If they were to go over there and rebrand their console just for that market, that would go against everything they've been trying to do for the last 3 years. So there's nothing in it for them. Yes, they would sell more units, but it's not it's not about units sold. It's about getting people into the ecosystem. So I mean, and they're doing that more with mobile now and stuff like that. I don't see what would be in it for them, and why should they float Sega? Yeah, Sega's still big over there, but if Sega wants to be big over here or wants to grow, they need to, just like everybody expects Microsoft to adjust to that market, they need to readjust to our market. Not, and that's just the way the world works. That's why we don't see all the games that they see, and they don't see all the games that we see, because, they're just not right for the markets.
Yeah, I can't argue with you about that. They're trying to expand over in Japan. It was only a fun little topic. I knew most people wouldn't agree with it. I knew.
What about you, Stubbsy? What would you do?
Oh, I'd have a Sega console in a heartbeat. But the problem is, it's like in reality, you wouldn't really want one, because I'm thinking of the golden age when Sega were king. You know what I mean? I still think I'm there, and I'm not. It's not going to happen.
Was the king?
They were king for some.
Sonic.
They were king for some. There was the Nintendo Sega battle, and you either was the Nintendo side or you was the Sega side. So for some, Sega was king. For some, Nintendo was king.
Nintendo had a robot. And a
They
power
did,
glove,
yep.
which was awful. And a bazooka. And a gun.
Welcome to VJ in chat.
Oh, he's here.
Hey, so he texted me. He couldn't make it. Hope you're doing all right, VJ. What games have I recently completed? Nothing.
None.
There you go. Nothing.
Nope.
There you go.
How to podcast in 4 easy steps.
I've been doing loads of podcasts recently. Really, I got 3 next
There must
week.
be a podcasting game we can probably pass over to Stubbs and see if he can complete it.
I've got 3 podcasts next week to do. I have. So Halo have announced season 2 and revealed season 2. Amongst the new additions in Lone Wolves, there are new story elements, new armor and cosmetics, new maps and modes. And it says, as we draw closer to release on May the 3rd, we're going to take a closer look at 2 brand new maps, which will be Catalyst and Breaker. So basically, that's what we've got. There's not a lot. Season 2, that's 2 new maps for season 2. I was hoping for the Forge mode because, as everyone knows, the Forge mode will be an asset to them because community members could make maps and it's just easy content. They can make maps and.
But it also generate interest, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you can vote on your favourite map and they could literally just put them into rotation. Loads of maps, they wouldn't have to create. But yeah, just like, does anyone think that that's the step in the right direction? Also, there's a rumoured battle. I just got to get this up. There's also a rumoured battle royale that Jez Corden's been talking about on
certain affinity.
Yeah. Last Spartan stand-in mode. It's a battle royale mode. I mean, with free-to-play games, there's an expectation that you do battle royale because it's a big part. And there was a big critique with from a lot of the people. Apparently, it's now expected if you buy a season pass, if you've completed the season, it's an expected expectation that you should be able to earn enough in rewards to rebuy the next season for nothing. And that's something that Halo Infinite doesn't do currently. And I think they're looking at doing that. They are, but the research though, you'd think that you'd really go and look at Fortnite before you do stuff like this. And also the skins as well. The skins weren't universally like one skin would go on all the Halo characters, from what I understand, and they should be a universal thing. So, what do you reckon, Baldman Gamer? Are you gonna go have a hot take?
See, I do like Halo. I have read after watching the bit of a breakdown of the 2 maps, the big team battle map and the 4-on-4 map. So I've re-downloaded it because I do want to try it out. I do want to give it a go. I won't be buying the battle pass. It's booked the first one. I think I got to like level 10 and just gave up because you're getting stuff for different armor cores, for different sets. That can't go with this, that can't go with that. So it's like, and the armor, all the armor looks the same. It all looks dirty, rusty. To get the like we were talking about, to get the shiny stuff, you've got to pay like £10-15 to get a suit of armor that looks decent, but then you can't change the color, you can't change bits in and out of it. It is what it is. Looking at season 2, 2 new maps. I think, was it like a last standing type mode as well? They've announced for it, not the battle royale bit. The I can't remember, like another mode that's going to come along with it, and then hopefully later on down the line in season 2 we're going to get the co-op. That's the main thing I'm after, is the co-op campaign later on that's meant to come in season 2, but I can't see me investing much time into it. The battle royale, on the other hand, I think I can see myself investing a lot of time into that because I'm undefeated on Fortnite, as I've said. played one game and won and retired. Retired on top.
That's the best way.
But it's like with all these battle royales, because they've been out for so long, you try and get into them. You just get annihilated constantly. But Halo, if they can figure out, do something a bit different, come up with a bit of a different concept of it, like a 60-man battle royale type thing. I think it'd be really good, and I'd be all in for that. It depends if it is going to be a complete separate mode done by a certain affinity, or is it going to be fully incorporated? Like Apex Legends is in the Titanfall universe. Titanfall's got that multiplayer, but yeah, Apex Legends is the battle royale and sold as it's a complete different thing. Is that going to be the same with certain affinities take on a battle royale? I don't know, but I would probably jump in to try the maps, and I probably within a week I'd bounce back out. But yeah, that's about it.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. I think Animated Eel wants to speak next, I reckon.
Well, do you know what? I was actually thinking it's not going to be good until we get the Forge mode. It's not, because Forge in the previous games absolutely fantastic. There's nothing like somebody creating an absolute batshit map to make it fun. I mean, I absolutely love Duck Hunt on Halo 5. It's fantastic. I don't know if you've ever played it. It's superb. You get a sniper, and it is like what Duck Hunt used to be. It's just a case of you've got to run. There's somebody who can snipe at you. And there's nothing like the imagination of other people, is there? So it's not going to be amazing until we get Forge. Although I am looking forward to a co-op as well, because I've not played the single player campaign, because all my Halo games have been co-op. I've not even finished them yet. Unfortunately, I'm Halo 4 I'm up to, I think. So I've not done 5. I've not played this single player. But yeah, that I agree. But do you know what? Playing big team battle on Halo is brilliant, and I think it is. Battle Royale will fit it. I think will fit the whole. I think it would be a good fit, Battle Royale. So I hope they do something.
Be nice if you could have Forge with Battle Royale.
Yeah,
but
like you so eloquently put, they need to do something different.
Yeah,
they can't just go, tell you what, let's copy this game or this game. They have to do something different with it. But it's a good fit. It's a good fit.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Removable.
I literally, I quit the multiplayer literally about 2 weeks after it landed. After someone who played the betas and was so happy with the progression system in the betas and the armor sets that were actually really, really well put together. When it hit live, I was just like, as Ballman Game has already said, it was like the progression system was broken. It was the sets made no sense. Don't get me wrong, the maps were fun, but after about 2 weeks, without anything there to entice me to keep me going, it was like, well, that's it, done. And I agree with Animated. It's one of the things that kind of kept Halo being Halo was its ability to be fun, and Forge modes is a key component of that. So for me, it's a non-issue. It's okay, thank you. Come back to me when Forge mode and Carp is coming involved. That's it. I won't be, I'm not going to start. Unlike Bald Man, I'm just not going to bother downloading it until I hear those two things come through. And I hesitate to say there are probably a lot of people who are probably thinking the same thing. It's like, yeah, okay, 2 maps, maybe, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. If you're hardcore, you're hardly, heavily invested into the actual the gears and the battle passes, maybe. But for your average player, or even just a guy like myself who was really enjoy Halo, Forge was the key component because of its pure absolute craziness and fun factor. And I think I mentioned before, saying, it was so different because of that. It just made it unique. And if the progression, if the system is exactly the same as season 1, doesn't really bother me at all. Sorry.
That's Fair enough. That is. Everyone's got different takes on it. Cerebral, your favourite game, Halo. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, save the dissenting view for last. I like it. So you know me, how I've always felt about like battle royale. I really, part of me, I understand why they did it. It'll draw players back in. They'll have fun, but at the same time, I wish they could have done something different because everybody has a battle royale. It's to me, it's almost becoming lazy. Let's put a battle royale in, get players in. Let's not, to me, it's one of the laziest forms of that kind of thing because they don't have to do anything special for it. Just draw, and some of the aspects of it are going to be interesting. Does this mean you're going to have to go? Is it going to be like Fortnite? You got to go collect shields. You got to go collect health, or are you going to have all that stuff like you normally do in Halo multiplayer? You already have shields. It's just a matter of getting the super shields. You already, you have ready access to weapons. Or they're going to drop you naked. You got to go find all this stuff like every other battle royale. There's a lot of questions I have how this is going to work and still be Halo and not just be Fortnite with a Halo skin, so it's going to be interesting. As far as Forge, again, I will remind people, as I always do, Forge never shipped with the games when they first came out. And this time they're dealing with, not only are they dealing with a new engine, but in order for them to do Forge, the players can make changes. They have to build those tools so that when the players make those changes, they don't break the game.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's another element. Yeah.
So it's not. Well, go ahead.
But I was saying, may I counteract your point? The reason why it probably wasn't shipped with the game was that multiplayer and single player were pretty much wrapped up to a degree in those previous titles. Now they've split it, and now they've tweaked the actual situation. That's why it feels more lacking, at least from my perspective. So what else is there to try and keep the interest? And at the moment, Forge just seems to be the only thing that will hit the hardest.
Even if they would have shipped them together by now, most everybody would have been done with the single player, or at least for the initial solo run through. So you'd still be in the same boat by now in that same shipping cycle. That everybody would have done what they could do. Now they're looking for more. So that really, at this point, that makes no difference. That may have made a difference when it first shipped, but this far into the game cycle, I don't think it makes a difference. At least not as much as it would have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. I think maybe it would have kept the hype a little higher. If that makes sense. Yeah. Maybe that's very what I'm thinking. It kept the hype a little higher. Where it just, I don't know. Maybe again, it's probably just me. It just seemed a little lackluster at the moment. It doesn't seem to be that. I don't know. There was almost like a fever pitch when the beta was going on, and people were so mad.
Yeah.
I also think that people's expectations were so high that's part of it as well. And that's partially, that's partially their fault. That's partially our fault. For expecting so much from this game. And then when it's not there, it's like, why isn't it there yet? Why isn't it there yet? Why isn't it there yet? And sometimes I feel like, and this is going to sound really cocky, I feel like I'm one of the few voices that's trying to pull people back down to earth sometimes and go, dude, it's not the same game as Halo 5, Halo 4, Halo 3. It's way different. They've done a lot more work on it with different tools, different, and yeah, some of this stuff should have been done already, but we don't know. Again, COVID probably affected it.
There is.
Everybody's getting tired of hearing that, but until we're 3 or 4,
but it did impact a hell of a lot of industries.
But until we're 3-4 years out from under this crap, it's gonna affect games, and it's gonna affect what we see and how we see it. So, like I said, the big thing to me is, especially, I hate to say it, but if they can't get those tools to work right, we may not see Forge for quite a long time.
That's slightly worrying for me because I think that will, if they can't keep the interest there, what stops them from people just going, meh, that's it.
And
I think personally, it will only be for a short period. People will just keep. Yeah, it's only going to be like for a couple of seasons, or people will be like, "Okay, show me it. Okay, show me it." But before they go, do you know what? You've had your chance. Too late. See you later.
Yep. And maybe in that sense, in a way, they need to be a little more open. They need to say, "Hey, look, we're having trouble getting these tools to work right, so it doesn't crash your game." So
that
you don't
hits the nail on the head. If it was more open, I think I'd probably be a little bit less. Less lackluster. I'd probably be like, actually, okay, makes sense. A bit more forgiving, if that makes sense.
Right.
So
yes, that would be better.
Been listening to a lot of podcasts with people talking about Halo, and that's the comment where with free to play, where they say, "Oh, if it goes on too long, that people won't come back." Now, apparently, with free to play, that's not the case. A lot of people are willing to try free to play games over and over every time they've got something new, and some games have come back for the not doing very well to being highly successful. Yep. So the free to play way, they're a lot more forgiving because they've not paid for that free to play game. So
but it also depends on what they've added to it.
I was going to say that even if people were to leave Halo now, if they were to drop Forge, say 6 months from now or a year from now, people would come back.
Forge is meant to drop season 3, isn't it? It didn't say towards the end of season 3 Forge is going to drop, which is about the time certain affinities, whatever they're doing, this battle royale. I think Jez Corden's one that said it's meant to drop back end of season 3, depending when that will be. Would that be August, September?
Yeah, it'll be toward the end of the year, which would make sense,
Yeah, so if they drop at the same time, and you've got Battle Royale with Forge, and we're using Forge, you could create your own private lobbies, Battle Royale, design your own maps, everything else, and rules and weapons. That's a unique take. That is something different. And I think that really would grab people in. I'd play it. I'm not good at designing anything. I'll just play whatever maps on, do something crazy, and I'd really enjoy it. But that is something unique, different. That
I gotta say, I wish he was in the show because I would purposely point out that if Tushy creates a map, don't even try it. Every time he gets a game where he gets to create stuff, he breaks crap or he makes it totally painful to play. So yeah.
I always remember playing. I've not been to community game night in a while, but I always enjoyed playing the MCC where Animated probably had to help me out here. You go in a map and you'd all be all having rocket launchers and then the map would be struggling. There's rocket launchers going everywhere.
We actually fun. We do actually do that in Infinite as well. So so Halo Infinite is good.
Does it still break it as well?
Rockets only. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely mental. But it's
and they can adjust
spawn die,
and they can adjust the movement so the gravity is so whacked out that every time you try to move, you have to move backwards, and the only way you can move is some weird crap happens in those games nowadays.
We didn't have a backwards only map yet, correct?
Yeah,
really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You had to move. Well, you had to turn around to sort of. Yeah, it was really weird. We put the gravity situation on, so the only way you could move is by pressing down on the analog stick, so you could only move backwards. It was interesting
and jump was absolutely useless. There was no jump.
You had to stop and turn around to shoot somebody. It was fun.
It sounds interesting. Definitely it does. So as we've got some. Well, I know for a fact I'm the only one in here that isn't Star Wars fan. I don't know if it will probably interest some of the panel. There's not a lot of information on it, but Amy Henning at Skydance Media, they have announced they're working on a brand new game set in the Star Wars universe, but there's little that's known about the project. I mean, with the Lego Star Wars...
Skydance posted something. Let me go pull it up. But yeah,
wasn't
ahead.
The Skydance person the person who did Uncharted 2?
Yeah, I'm just on this IGN article. It doesn't actually say it. It just says it's in the Star Wars universe. That's all. That's all it says.
It's going to be something along the lines of like Uncharted, because she likes doing them big story narrative games. So it's going to be some that sort of thing, a linear experience, I would say.
Which tells me it's probably going to be a lot like a little like Fallen Order, if they go that route.
Yeah, because she was working on, when she was it Visceral Games, they were working on Ragtag. I think was that the code name for it, Ragtag?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and that was meant to be that sort of story narrative game, and obviously got scrapped.
Okay, so
some of that into Jedi Fallen Order.
So here's what Skydance posted yesterday on their Twitter feed. Skydance New Media and Lucasfilm Games are teaming up for a new Star Wars project. This collaboration with Lucasfilm Games to develop and produce a richly cinematic action adventure game will feature an original story in the legendary Star Wars galaxy. So the cinematic heavy, that plays into what she likes to do. And
okay, sounds good. That does.
Yep.
I don't play any Star Wars games, but it just sounds good.
Well, then there's going to be 8 more games coming out in the next few years that you won't play. So
yeah, there we go.
All complete.
Well, saying that though, I'm taking out a new phone contract, and I might be getting 6 months Disney Plus. So I may watch them, because the last film I watched was Phantom Menace when I was a child. That was the last one.
See, I can understand why you didn't watch any more after that, but
I can't remember. Mine. I just remember going to the cinemas. I don't remember the film. I just remember he had like there was an orange face, like orange mask. And I'm guessing that was a Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, orange mask. Let me
red and black.
Red
and
that's
black.
It. And
red. It wasn't orange. It wasn't the Tango Man.
And it wasn't a mask. That was his face. But okay.
That tells you how much I remember. It does.
He's probably. You can imagine Stubbs going, "Why is he waving around this blue wand?"
I wouldn't know.
The thing is though, the things that are coming out of the Star Wars things at the moment are, in my opinion, a lot better than what the older films were. They've got a lot more scope. They've got a lot more budget. They're doing. I mean, look at the Mandalorian. It was absolutely fantastic. I've not seen the Book of Boba Fett yet, but the stuff that's coming out of the sort of the Star Wars universe is absolutely fantastic. The game itself, the Jedi Fallen Order, was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. So if anything comes out like that with a different story, with a different sort of narrative, again, heavy narrative is fine. I'm going to be all into that. I really am. I'm looking forward to it.
The Jar Jar Binks saga.
Okay. No.
Maybe not.
Will you eat your words now, animated? Will you eat your words?
Miss, I'm looking forward to it. No.
All right. So
maybe not the Jar Jar Binks saga, no, but still.
Okay, so we have Star Wars Eclipse at the end of this year. We have the Knights of the Old Republic remake coming out soon. We have the open world by Massive Hunter for a Switch game, an open world Switch game, which I will never play because I won't ever own a Switch. Respawn Jedi Respawn's doing another Jedi game. Of course, EA is doing a first-person shooter Star Wars game, which will probably end up being EA crap, but we'll see what happens. And EA strategy game, again, will probably end up having a lot of microtransactions, but we'll see what happens. And of course, the one we just mentioned. So, we've actually got a lot to look forward to.
But that
if you're a Star Wars fan.
Did you say Eclipse end of this year?
Eclipse is supposed to be the end of this year, I believe.
Is that not the one done by Quadic Dreams?
I believe so. Maybe
that's been delayed. That's
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's the one where we saw the big premiere. Which, as soon as I saw the opening of that premiere, even before they said it was Star Wars, I went, "That's Star Wars." I knew it just from the look and the sound. I knew what was coming. Yeah, I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they need to treat the staff better, and then they'll be able to get some more developers in.
Yeah.
Well,
it's okay. Not like I'm not going to have enough to play at the end of this year between Harry Potter and Starfield and 32 other games coming out in November and December.
Well, hopefully, because you guys have got a show on May the 4th, so hopefully there'll be some announcements and for new games actually coming out on the day.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Is it May the 4th? It's actually on Star Wars Day. Well, that could be exciting.
Yeah, because I was saying to Baldman Gamer, I says I'm gonna have to do some Star Wars topics because says the panel is they love Star Wars.
And you've got to dress up. Everyone's got to dress up.
You know what it is. Knowing how Stubbs is, it will get on the show, and it'll be like, so time for Star Wars. So, what do you think of Picard and Warp? And you'll just say, "Oh God."
When he starts telling you his favorite line is "Danger, Will Robinson, danger."
You're danger, Will Robinson.
You know he's way off.
Tell you what, though, I found that series on Amazon. You're on about Baldman Gamer, the Picard one. It's actually him.
I told you. They're not going to make a Star Trek Picard series without Patrick Stewart. It ain't going to happen. But yeah, it's him. Yeah, he looks like he needs a Zimmer frame, and he's knocking on a bit compared to Next Generation, but he's still good. He's actually really, really brilliant. It's a brilliant. I'm on halfway through season 2. It's really good.
Hey Stubbs, Luke Steele says he's lining himself up for that Star Wars episode next month. So
yeah, you're gonna have to have him on.
I'll sort that out.
Read the chat, Stubbs. Holy crap!
I've just seen it. I'll sort that out, Luke. I will. So this isn't a topic, but it is a topic because Baldman Gamer brought it up on Roundtable Gaming. I don't even have to mention it. Basically, David Jaffe was talking about God of War DLC.
Oh,
so
dear God.
So I just basically agreed every game does look similar. Gears 4 looks similar. Gears 5 looks similar. Assets get reused, up-resed. I don't really think it's much of a topic. They make new assets.
No, but Gears 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the exact same as 1. It's like what was it? Oblivion DLC, like the horse armor. Same thing. Slightly bit of a change. It's the exact same game. Everyone.
They are. I don't call it DLC, obviously, but they all look similar. All games do. Gears 4, Gears 5 look similar, but obviously, I don't even think it's worth a topic. But I just thought I'd mention
it. If you were to take the 2, 3, 4, and 5 off the games and just shown anyone random, it'd just be they'll think it's the exact same game. Yeah, that's just Gears of War. What, the first one, isn't it? No, it's Gears 4. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's
not that.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would.
A little bit different.
No.
Okay, I agree visually and aesthetically they're quite similar because of the same characters, but the fact is they've got to write an entire different story, and that's not DLC. It's not, is it? Let's be fair.
But isn't the story of Gears the exact same? Isn't it all the same? I don't. To be fair, I do claim ignorance. I have played them all, and I thought they were all. It was the same story. You just kept continuing the exact same thing all the way through the games, and then Stubbs kind of enlightens me to say that some grandmother of the Kate, is she called, that you're playing is 5 is related, and it's like what?
Yes.
How? What?
Gears 5 confused the shit out of me. It really did. It didn't sort of compute them. 1 to 4, fair enough. Gears 5 was like, what's just happened?
How did it confuse
It was very all over the place, and when they entered the sort of open world elements as well, it's a kind of what's going on.
I agree. The open world was not need. That was a linear. It didn't work. That didn't. The open world part. That didn't work.
It could have worked, and I can understand. It could have worked, but it just wasn't done as well as it should have been.
I liked the fact with Gears 5, if you were playing Kate and someone else was playing one of the other characters, you saw different things. Like Kate, you had them different experiences. That was brilliant. Because it's like, well, this has just happened, and my mate's like, "What do you mean?" It's like, I'm the bad guy, and it's like, what? And they were killing me, and it's like, no, that's me. Don't kill, that. And it's like, that was brilliant, and I'd love to see more of that. But I still don't actually understand the story. What's actually the main plot of Gears of War? Never understood it. Never.
1 to 3 was a pretty much a storyline, wasn't it? It was a tight and pretty tight sort of situation of like finding out what about the lore, about the history of it, and also finding out about Marcus Phoenix. 4 to 5 is effectively a passing of the torch. That's the kind of aspect it is, and technically 6 will then hopefully wrap up that slightly bemusing.
No. That tells me you don't understand Gears of War at all.
Wow! Ooh, now you've triggered him. Now you.
I would disagree. I would disagree. Literally, 1 to 3 was a pretty much you could have done 1 to 3 and stopped.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is with Gears 4 and 5, Gears 5 is a Swarm War Year 1, so you couldn't wrap it up. The war went on for a decade. You couldn't wrap it up in Gears 6.
No, what I'm saying is the story of 4 and 5 you could potentially wrap it up into 6 in terms of Kate's story. Yes, 4 and 5 you can basically wrap up Kate's story with 6, unless of course there's some other huge element that we don't know about. That's what I'm saying is, but the actual I don't think the lore itself can potentially keep going on forever and ever. I mean, they could easily do a Carmine series alone, just for that aspect. What I'm saying is, though, for 1 and 3 were pretty well tied up, wasn't it, in terms of its storyline and quest line and everything. Yeah, and it's trying to replicate it with 4 and 5, but I don't know. It just seems a little. They're trying new things, and I don't.
The universe, the lore, there's that much in that Swarm War alone. You could do tons of games just on that Swarm War alone.
But they haven't. They've only tipped their little toe into it. It's not as if it's the main focus.
It's year 1 of Swarm War. Problem is, you got to understand a lot of the lore. You see, it's like why Animated didn't totally understand what was going on. Sometimes they needed to write it better. If they writ it better, like how they wrote, what's it called?
What 1 to 3 pretty much told you everything.
With the Hivebusters DLC.
That was very simple. You knew exactly where it was going, where it was from. The story was a very well thought out.
I mean, I can see why it confused people that Kate's grandmother was Queen Mara. I can see why.
You see, I had that gut feeling from 3.
But what's going to confuse you from more is Queen Mara's human. She's not an alien.
She was into some crazy shit.
Yes, yeah. So around the hour, near the hour mark, I'm going to do this competition of people guessing. So if you want to win a 3-month code for Xbox Game Pass, provided by Baldman Gamer, if you want to think of a number between 1 and 500, and the closest one to that number will win the code.
Okay, I'm looking for a copy of Star Wars, the Lego Skywalker Saga, because I can't afford it. If you can get me that, I'll send you the number in a DM. No, I'm kidding.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it. I was going to say I'm open to Prime. I know the answer.
See if we get any numbers in. I've got a delay on my feed. I have.
That's okay. Well,
so if you'd like 3 months of Game Pass, give us some numbers, people.
I can't say anything because, strangely enough, it might give away the answer.
I thought the same thing. I know. I thought the same thing when I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
But while that's going on, question for you, Stubbs, right? So obviously, big fan of Gears. You're a big fan of Gears. Love the Gears series. Where do you see the actual series going, realistically, with all the games that they've done and everything that's gone on in the game? Where do you see it going, and where it's going to conclude? Is Gears 6 going to be the last game? Are we going to get 7, 8, 9? Where, on the mainline series, not spin-offs, the actual mainline games, where do you see it going?
Well, it depends. If they want to So it depends how they want to take it, because technically they cocked it up with Gears 5 because they made this whole narrative that you had to choose I'm not going to ruin it for people, but you had to choose a path.
I think you can pretty much ruin it because I haven't played it by now.
Yeah. If there's enough time,
you had to choose a path. So technically, if they were going by the way they ended it, they have to make 2 paths going into Gear 6. Yep. But I've read interviews from the studio on that, and they've been asked about it, and they pretty much said that they've already decided the fate you're gonna pick.
So it's not. Well, see, that's frustrated me because I thought they were going to do a Mass Effect.
Yeah. What do you mean? Where it continues over whatever choice you made, it continues.
Exactly. Right? It would make so much more sense.
So they've basically said that, and then
sounds like a cop out. Nothing personal.
Well, when like they talked about, well, what if your character was the one that made the fate, and you don't get to play that character? And they said they use something called grey memories or something, so you can still play as them characters even though they're not alive, so you can still play them in the game. But then again, by the time Gears 6 does come out, they could have changed everything and I don't know what they would have done, or they could do a Gears like Infinite. I wouldn't want them to, but where they could just keep
Gears Tactic. There is.
I actually enjoyed Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactic is very underrated. It really is.
I haven't been able to complete it, but I enjoy it.
No, I must admit, I'm in the same boat. Do you know what? The control system's pretty good, but it works so much better on a mouse and keyboard.
It's underrated because the problem is a lot of Gears fans like myself are used to a fast-paced game. Going to a very slow RTS, it's hard. But I know all the lore from it. It's hard going from a fast-paced shooter to a slow RTS game. I've tried it. I just don't think I'll complete it.
So I take it you saying that is kind of, anticlimactic.
I know.
Oh, another game that Stubbs hasn't completed. Wow. Imagine that.
It is, but Gears Tactics doesn't really interest. I know all the lore from it.
Yeah.
Because I watch videos from the lore from the game. So
remember, you got to listen. You got to remember, Stubbs did Gears 2 before Gears 1.
Yes, this is true.
Well,
so
that doesn't make sense.
No, exactly.
It doesn't compute. It doesn't because
when
it was a continuation.
I got an Xbox. I'd never heard of Gears of War in my life, and my mate at work said you need to go buy this game, Gears 2. So I did. So I loved it. Then I went back to play Gears 1, and eventually when Gears 3 came out, I bought it on launch. That's what happened there.
See, Gears 1 was the darkness, the deepness of that. Really, that was the thing that kind of sold me on the series. It was like, and then it tied so well into 2, and 3 was just a lovely little continuation of that story. Oh,
I did prefer the Dominic Santiago arc rather than the Marcus Phoenix. I'm going to be honest. That whole with the wife thing and stuff, and I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
That still makes me tear to this day.
Yeah, I love.
Gears haven't been able to replicate that in the new one.
And that ending for Dominic, it was just a little catch in the throat at the moment. There, it's like, oh.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much, but it's like, and just it was they worked it really well. They at some reason it was almost like a well written series.
Yeah.
They kind of had everything really tied up with 4 and 5. I think I feel like they're trying new things.
I think
they haven't got it together. Yeah,
they felt a little bit lost. Right, we've made this great story over 3 games. Where do we go now? Let's just whatever. That's 1 to 3 made me. I really loved them. It was brilliant.
Because
4 and 5 didn't really get with the story.
It's because the war in Gears 3, the war had finished. You see, and then in 4, the burials started to reignite. and activity started up again. But
I can understand that.
I can see what you mean.
I don't know. I think it was the passing of the torch. Didn't feel as.
Well, that's what it is. They're trying to. It's hard. They are.
Oh, it's a passing. It's a passing of the torch.
Well, the trouble is to get off Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the story, which is one of the reasons I prefer Gears. I like the fact that Gears is an ongoing, growing, changing story. It's not always the same thing.
So it's probably
that's a good thing.
Without Master Chief, they struggled with. I don't know a lot about Halo, but I from what I understand, in one of the Halos, Master Chief wasn't in them, and it really pissed people off. Is that correct?
What are you talking about? ODST and
number 4.
Is that what?
With Agent Locke and stuff, and because it wasn't all about Master Chief, was it?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't. But that's see, they've had to go back to Master Chief, Halo Infinite. And what Gears are trying to do is they're trying to make a new standout character, just not to rely on Marcus, because Marcus is he's getting old. He shouldn't be doing the stuff he's doing.
Granddad Marcus is still chainsaw his way through the horde.
He is.
But the trouble is, I don't know. It's just his son and Kate. They weren't likable. At least for me, it was like they weren't very amenable. It wasn't something that you just naturally gravitated to. And you're like, his son was like, I'm kind of a bit of a sport brat, to be honest with you. And you're like, well, great. Is that who you're passing the torch is? And maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe they're going for the sport brat, finds himself, loses, has a big emotional crisis, and then becomes in the man he's supposed to be. But it's just the story wasn't.
One thing I do thank Xbox for, because I found something recently. It was basically Tim Sweeney. He spoke on Gears of War. And when they sold it to Microsoft, and they actually said they had no plans ever to go back to Gears of War again, because they had this idea of Fortnite, and that was their vision for the company. And and to this day, apart from the Unreal Engine, they've never made another game apart from Fortnite. That's it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they have they? Epic haven't made another game since Fortnite.
They haven't needed to. That's the problem. They haven't needed to, have they?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Royalties alone must be punching through.
Oh no, but I'm just saying, if Microsoft didn't buy it, that game would still be sat on their, IP list that they own. That they wouldn't do nothing with it. So it's good in that sense. But if you were a bald man gamer, you'd have left it on that shelf, wouldn't you?
I would have put it where ET currently is, in a landfill.
What Gears did? What Gears did was, though, it also created a very good multiplayer, which I think inspired a lot of other multipliers after it. The Horde mode was something. Yeah, it was. I had never seen it before. It was something completely fresh, and it was the one thing that literally got me and my friends on 24/7. Right, we didn't get past this wave. Let's get past this wave. You get tactically to that side. You get tactically. We know what and you would sit down and tactically work out how to try and beat the Horde mode. And then when we beat it, it was like, right, how can we do it better? How can we? It was something that was. It would draw people in.
It's great, but it gave me a thought. Do you remember in Gears 4 when they actually put Horde mode element into the story? That's one thing that should never ever be replicated again. Horde mode's good in Horde mode, not in campaign.
I think it's getting a bit stale though. They've become the success of their own, but they're kind of a little bit of a.
Well, hopefully, with Rod Ferguson departing, hopefully you'll see something completely brand new and they'll try something different, because he's from the old guard. He used to work at the studio back in Gears 1, 2, and 3 days. And there's plenty there to do. There's always plenty there to try and go for it. I mean, there's so much fresh. Is anyone else having a guess at guessing from 1 to 500 to win a Game Pass code?
Yeah, we've only had 3 guesses? 4?
5.
4, 5.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
7
what,
people
5?
in watching at the minute, so
I guess not that many people want some free Game Pass.
5, yes, 5.
Well, I did say we should have said what your favorite food is, but no one wanted to go with that sort of situation. Cerebral.
No, because I probably would have ended up blocking people before the end of the show.
I'm gonna have to have a look at my YouTube account, because although you put Puxley in the private chat, I haven't been able to see Puxley in any podcast on YouTube at all, and I haven't blocked him. I haven't muted him. But you guys,
doesn't like it.
I can't.
Yeah, he's in live
He's
chat.
certainly in. He's certainly in.
Yeah. I can't. I'll have to sort it out, Puxley. I don't know why I can't see you. I don't know what's going on. It's a bit weird. I have to look at my account.
Wait. Pugsley's in the chat. I don't see him either. Shit.
You don't see Puxley. Yeah, so Puxley, he gets
I haven't seen him for a long time, actually. So, yeah.
Oh,
wait, here he is. No, I see him.
He's still here.
I see him.
Puxley.
I see his number. I see him now. Yep, there he is.
I can see you, Puxley. It's
I know
fine.
you're there,
Hello.
Puxley. These guys can see you, but I can't. I don't understand it.
You can't see.
It's
he's the last person chatting.
Even in Green Pass Gaming, when he replies, I can't. I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
Oh,
Stubbs has become the toddler, isn't it? If he puts his hands over his eyes, he can't see you. No one can see him.
Yeah.
That's what it is. No, I can't see. I can't see anybody. I can't. Yeah.
I'll have to look at my YouTube account.
He's waving. Puxley's waving.
I can't even see it. Can't see it. I don't know what's going on.
Story Pux. We know you're there. Yeah, he's there. He's there.
That's good then. That is.
Oh,
So,
dear.
5. See if any more come in.
Give it another 10 minutes, and then we'll try and.
So what we'll do is, do you see everyone? Corey Barlog released a trailer, a video earlier on about the future. God of War. They've got no to show currently, and everyone's saying he's not confirmed releasing in 2022. But I've just been looking on Season Gaming, and the animation director at Sony Santa Monica replied to someone's tweet, and a lot of they're saying that Ragnarok is coming out this year, and I've had the community manager also say it's coming out this year, but people are right to wonder why, because you'd think Corey Barlog would just say, and this game will be coming out later this year or something.
Yeah, but Corey Barlog does his own thing. Remember, he likes to troll a little bit. He likes to wait.
He does do that.
But
yeah.
He's not the lead on this game, though, is he? Barlog. He's not the lead on this game this time, because you remember him? They did that interview and they said every game someone else takes over. I don't even know why he did it.
I think he is.
Yeah. I found the video interesting. It basically came on and said, "Hi, we're working hard. We're doing hard. We're doing hard. We're working hard. They're working hard.
It's interesting,
and we have nothing to show. Thank you for showing." What the hell?
Yeah,
because he likes to troll.
No, he does. He does, because for a while on Twitter, people kept saying God of War Ragnarok to him, and he kept saying, "I've never heard of this game. No idea what you're talking about." For a while, and people kept saying, and he also put a tweet out once telling people the release date, and he said the release date is when we've finished it and we release it. There you go. So he does like to get people wound up. He does.
Well, I got told that by Telltale Games in regards to The Wolf Among Us 2 last year. So yeah, sometimes that is the reason. Yeah, they actually responded to me and they said. I said, and they said it'll be ready when it's ready. Okay, that's cool. Because that was actually before they actually verified there was a Wolf Among Us 2. And as some of you may remember, I actually responded as I'm going to take that as a verification that the game is coming, because why
would you say otherwise?
Yeah,
it is hard for developers though, to commit to release dates now because of the backlash. Well, no. You know, that it's changing now. When people announce delays now, the gaming community is more forgiving now. I think they are than they used to be. Or
You must not blow the same tweeter I blow.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the normal gamers, not the trolls. A lot of the majority of people think that the more time you get, the better.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But
and you saw my responses. You saw my response that it may be very well their goal to release it by the end of this year. But if something happens and it gets delayed, I'm not going to pitch a fit. I'm not going to call them liars. I'm not going to say they, whatever.
At least not publicly.
No, not even not even privately. I've been. I'm one of the few people that you'll see that the most forgiving about delays because hey, if it means a better game, it means a better game.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was announced in it was September last year. It was when they did that interview. Cory Barlog took a step back. It's Eric Williams that's taken over his position. So I'm assuming you would have thought it would have been him to make any announcements or anything like that. So I can't understand why Barlog even did a video because it's kind of like he's meant to be taking a step back. He's not even creative director of this game now. It's Eric Williams.
Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Back to the Puxley thing real quick. And if you look at the chat in our private area for StreamYards, he does not show up. He shows up on YouTube, but he does not show up in our chat.
I can see him in the chat.
In the actual StreamYards chat, I don't see him at all.
Yeah.
No. Oh, he's not there.
Nope. If you look at where you've got private chat and you've got comments, if you click on comments,
that's a settings issue, isn't it? Come on, that's a settings issue.
You're right. Yeah.
No, that's either a settings issue or because Stubbs has him blocked in StreamYard or something.
I haven't got him. No one
You're blocked, dude. Unfortunately,
I haven't got no one blocked.
And he has left, unfortunately. He has left.
That's either a YouTube thing on your side, Stubbs, or something. Yeah, but Puxley doesn't show up in that feed.
It's a Stubbs thing, that definitely.
Yeah.
Luke still seems to think that Cory Barlog is just like the face of Sony Santa Monica now, and that's why he's probably made the video, which could be true.
But he could have just said still coming this year. He could have said even just said 2022. And then if it gets delayed, it's fine. It gets delayed.
Because they know people will moan about it, and it gets them talking about God of War Ragnarok, good or bad. It gets them talking.
Yeah. They are always talking about God of War Ragnarok. What's for dinner tonight? Spaghetti. And have you heard about God of War Ragnarok? I mean, it's one of those things that never leaves too far from their lips. It is what it is.
I still remember when they were all moaning about when they showed that footage off. And everyone was moaning that the boat animation was the same from the first game.
Yeah.
DLC?
Thing is, that the problem is a lot of.
But again, it's of course the animation is the same because it's already written. Why would you rewrite the same stuff again? Of course they're gonna.
But that,
I think when they finally show it off, people that were saying this looks like old PS4 graphics are going to soon. They're going to be showed otherwise. That when they actually show off the game fully as it's meant to be, they will then shut a lot of people up.
But to be fair, it's one of them. It's like if it's not broken, why fix it?
I think the PS4
was amazing.
Still looks good now.
Well, it's part and parcel of development. If you look at what I'll go with the most latest thing that's hitting the Twitch at the moment, Elden Ring, for instance. They have found animations and old assets that they used in the previous Dark Souls game, just slightly tweaked up in terms of resolution, and put into the latest Elden Ring. It is a part and parcel of development. If you've got a really good animation, why complicate it?
Yep,
it's true. It's
movies and TV do it all the time.
Exactly.
They reuse what they call stock footage all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I fully agree with what Luke Steele's just said. God of War 2018 even now holds up against the most current gen games visually. It does, because I've got my PS4 upstairs, and you put God of War on. It doesn't. It holds up against the games on the Xbox Series X. It's really good. And that shows you how good they are.
Is the new God of War going to be PlayStation 4 and 5 or just 5? That's the question.
Yeah.
If it's going to be cross-gen, there's a possibility it hits this year. If it's not going to be cross-gen, it ain't coming out this year.
No, it's cross-gen.
It's
Yeah,
cross-gen, and I think that's what. It's my opinion. That's probably why it's taken longer to make, because they've had to make 2 versions for it. They have scaled down version, scaled up version, but I don't know anything about tech or making games. So
but you look at like on the PlayStation 4 with God of War, where the only time you had a load screen was if you died. When you first start that game, literally you click start, and from that start screen, and you're straight into the game. You're straight to the game all the way, one camera all the way. Absolutely brilliant. And it's like, if they can do that on the PS4, what they're going to do with the PlayStation 5, even though it being a cross-gen game, I think it's still going to look amazing and play amazing. And if they can do the same, I'll have more of the same. I know we're on about the DLC thing, David Jaffe and stuff like that, but give me more of the same. It's not broke. Don't need fixing. Make it look better on the next-gen consoles. Yeah, by all means, but give me just a fresh story or a continuation of the story. I'll be happy. Why change something that doesn't need changing? Animations, the way it plays, the axe. They use the axe better than Avengers. That puts Warhammer to shame the way they use the Leviathan axe in God of War. It's amazing, the whole animation.
Yeah, you said you want you said you want more of the same, yet you called out Gears for being the same all the way through.
He's animated.
I'm winding Stubbs up with that.
I know. I'm just sort of sticking in there a little bit. You know?
That's it. No, but to be fair, I did actually play. I actually played all the Gears, and I do like Gears. I don't understand half the story. It's like, but my mate took me through it. I just did co-op with him, and I just happy with a mate, just chatting, having a laugh, playing, stupid things happening as you die and that. And that's it. That's what I say I want with Halo. It's the same thing. All the Halos have played co-op, so that's why I'm disappointed I ain't got co-op now in Halo Infinite. But, I'd like them games where it's a whole story where you're playing with a friend or multiple friends.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the story and just have a laugh and play and enjoy the game. Was it Outriders? That's people can fly. I think Stubbs was talking about it earlier. That, I think, is it 3 or 4 player co-op through the entire story?
Yep.
Yeah.
3, yeah.
I've not done it yet. I've still not done it. Back 4 Blood, still not done it. And I'd happily love to sit and play Avengers. Like I say, I've kind of got the bug to play Avengers again, seeing you animated and Darren playing. It's like, I want to get back into Avengers. I just want to play Avengers again,
It's good fun. It's really good fun.
Yeah. So it's like, that's a big grab for me in games.
Do you know what? The thing is that I like about Avengers is Darren's never played it. So he's only just played the first part of the story. The story in Avengers is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
If you ignore the after stuff, then... the story itself is absolutely brilliant, and I'm looking forward to running through with him as well. So
the thing I like about that game is they are actually making a very concerted effort to improve it, and they still are adding improvements. They're really trying to make it work.
Yeah, they announced the other day. I'd have to go onto Twitter to find it. They've actually announced a bit of a roadmap update with Avengers. So it'd be interesting because I've done the main story, but I haven't done like War of Wakanda and stuff like that. I haven't done any of the other stuff. I did the story, started a bit of the multiplayer because everyone else fell off it. I fell off it, but if there's a group of people playing again, I'd love to jump back in. I'd love to jump back in and fly around as Iron Man and Thor and stuff. Love it. I'd love it.
We'll have to drag you in next time I play with Darren. Definitely do. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I've got it downloaded. It's re-downloaded on the console. 138 gig.
It's huge, isn't it? It's a big game.
Yeah. That's it's giving Warzone a run for its money.
In fact, I actually deleted Vanguard to make room for it the other day. I was like, really? So if a couple of friends that I play with say, "Bit of Call of Duty," I'm like, "You're gonna have to give me 20 minutes to download this thing." At least, yeah.
I did notice as well, Avengers, obviously it depends on your internet, you can actually play it on cloud, on console.
Yep.
You can.
Yeah.
But it's got the the Series X, Series S boost, hasn't it? So it plays at 60. It's better to download it because of the boost it's got. So.
Oh, yeah. But it's a good option if someone's just jumping in. That's, I didn't even realise it had it. In fact, I've noticed quite a lot more games now. I've got the cloud-based, I know some of them they announced and said this has now got cloud, that's not got cloud, but you go through Game Pass now, and the amount of games that have also cloud-enabled on the console, it's it's getting better. It's good.
It is. Shall we announce the winner? Now, for transparency, I think somebody else.
Congratulations, Animated. On
I think for transparency, someone else should do this and announce the actual number, then say the winner. So
do you know what?
Have you actually worked it out? Because it's 1 point difference, isn't it? Do you know who?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually,
Stubbs is not very good at maths.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've just put it in the thing.
Oddly enough, yes.
Yeah.
No,
it's not.
Difference.
Go back up and no, it isn't. Look at what I put. Oh, hang on.
No, Stubbs. Look very carefully.
Work it out.
You're on a laptop. I'm sure it's got a calculator involved in it somewhere in the workings.
No. We'll crash the podcast if we did that. Don't do it.
The calculator on your laptop.
Okay, use your phone for the calculator. Your phone has a.
Oh God! If you only saw the back, the backward versions of what we was.
See, this at least guarantees that Stubbs can never surf porn during the podcast, because if he does, he crashes the entire show.
Yeah. So we're going to the closest number, yeah?
Closest number is the one I've the name that.
Yes.
He's typed in the private chat.
Yeah.
Yes. Quite simple because
he's still not convinced, is he? You can see he's calculated it.
He's only trying to figure it out. It's the name that you can't see. Right. Okay, but trust us.
Right.
Okay then. Right. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Get your abacus out.
Yes. Divide the 400. Take over the 3. Yeah. Add a cookie, and if we put Gears' creator to it, we could get the number of
plus 12%.
This is why Stubbs could never host Let's Make a Deal. He'd be trying to figure out the math all the time. Okay,
right. I think.
Yeah.
Why do you
agree with that? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thick at maths. I am.
Can you see the name in private chat?
Yes.
That's who won. There you go.
Winner.
So I'm just saying, for transparency, somebody else should announce.
Okay, so there was two. I'll do it. It's fine. Yeah. There was 2 quite close guesses. One was 19 away from the actual number. The number was 369, and one was 18 away. So unlucky, Darren, you were 1 point out. So Puxley won. The
guy no one can see.
So and the one who left, apparently, the one who's left already, but but we did not say you had to be present to win, so that's okay.
The difference was 1 point. Darren, unfortunately,
it was close.
19 away. Puxley was 18 away.
Very
so
close.
He wins. So
good.
Darren, we're going to let Pugsley know the cage match will be next week.
Yeah. It's all right, Darren. I've got a consolation prize for you. I think I've got a code somewhere for Assassin's Creed Unity for Xbox if you want it.
I thought it was going to be a date.
Well, yeah. You can come down to the bowling alley with me.
And there you go. So Luke Steele
you
says,
go down to the you go to the bowling alley and polish his balls for him. There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love where Luke Steele's going with it. He said, "Give it to me. He'll make sure it gets sent to safely."
I'm DMing that Puxley now. Don't worry.
You know what it is? Puxley will go. Who is? Puxley will just. Wouldn't it be great if Puxley just responds, going, "Who is this?"
Darren,
This new phone.
Oh no.
Who this?
Hello.
Who's this?
So Darren has Unity, so it's down to the ball polishing at the bowling alley now.
That's
so,
it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can come polish my ball with me.
So have you got anything you want to talk about Ballman Gamer? Because I have run out of topics.
Mate,
This is a first.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah. You've normally got loads of stuff
I
going.
know.
We haven't deviated. That's what the problem is, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the
All
problem.
right. Here's
we
a
just
question
spent 10
for
minutes
you.
watching Stubbs do math, so you know.
Well, yeah, that was interesting enough. Right, here's one for panel, and here's one for chat as well, so everyone get involved. Right, I think I've posted it on Twitter and I've mentioned it. Right, the world's going to end. It's ending. Now we can do about it. You can play one more game, and that is it. What is it?
So
Go on,
easy.
Stubbs.
So
Go on,
easy.
Stubbs. You go. Yeah, Stubbs. You go first. What game's it going to be? Last game ever. So you're going to make it count.
He won't finish it, whatever it is.
I mean,
Wow. You get to go through one intro. Which is it?
Oh God!
Oh dear.
It's a jar on the cellar.
Oh dear.
Gears of War. Gears of War.
Oh dear. Well, that was obvious. That was obvious. Go on, animated. What's yours?
I say it's easy, but the thing is, I've got two of my favourite things. Really, it would have to be either Final Fantasy VII or that's my favourite game ever. Okay, Final Fantasy VII, favourite. It's one of the games I played the most of. However, I love that wow moment in games, so I would have to say Elder Scrolls Oblivion, because it gave me my first amazing wow moment. Because you remember when you come out of that rat tunnel, you just the game opens up, and you just go, wow. That's so definitely. If I could experience that for the first time again, definitely that. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Cerebral. What's yours?
Easy for me, because if I figure it's gonna be the last game I'm gonna play, whatever, end of my life, end of the world, whatever. Red Dead Redemption 2, because I would enjoy it, and it's a very relaxing game for me. I would go out peacefully.
Yeah. Is that for the ball mechanics on the horse?
Yeah. I'll leave that to you. Yeah.
Fair play.
I just find that game very peaceful, just to ride through the West or go fishing or whatever. It's just so nicely done. That's my chill game. That's
Luke wants me to pick Hollow Knight by looks of it.
Removable. What about you? Last game ever you're going to play? What's it going to be?
It's going to be a retro game. It's going to be Snatcher on the Sega Mega CD. It was, for me, perfect. And it was a horror. It was a detective series. It was done by Hideo Kojima. And for me, it stuck. And I would play that again, without a doubt. Even being like a 1990s game, it would definitely be for that one.
Awesome.
Oh.
I was on the fence, because obviously I was kind of I was leaning more to Skyrim, like say same sort of thing with Oblivion, big open world, dragons. There's just thousands and thousands of things to do. But now I've had more and more time to think about it.
Sonic Origins.
Actually, I forgot about that.
There's the picture.
Oh wow.
For me,
He'd play through the entire Sonic series just to ensure.
I tell you, if that was all I was left with, I would climb on my roof, stripped naked, queue at the moon, drinking a beer while waiting for the comet to hit. No chance. Metal Gear Solid 1 in the original format, not the Twin Snakes version that came out for the GameCube. The original
PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1. Yeah, not the
Yep.
PlayStation 1 version. Brilliant game. Cutscenes went on for hours on end, but it was just that tactical espionage. It was just amazing, and the context now. Once you've played all the games now, and you actually find out what was going on, it was like amazing game, absolutely.
And
amazing.
Should the world end, you can just die in game, hear the last words of Snake.
That's it. Yeah. Or Ocelot pissing himself.
Yeah. Either way.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah,
so we've got a thief in the chat. Luke Steele says it's the Outer Wilds for him.
Oh, that's unusual.
Yep, I can do that. Yeah.
And Darren said the Avengers so he could feel like a hero and try to stop the end of the world.
So you're not going to feel like a good hero, but you're going to feel like a hero. But
Lazy Fuse
It's a hero.
Mass Effect 1. Ori.
Oh, good choice.
Oh, Mass Effect. Yeah.
Hollow Knight.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's it at the minute.
VJ and I know VJ and would do Hollow Knight, and I know Indy would do Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah, right. Question that. However, I've been reminded of a game that's coming out that the man with the bald head would love to buy. Sonic Origins is a brand new collection that brings you 4 fully remastered titles, including Baldman Gamer's favourite games, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic CD, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic 3.
See, he loves it so much. He even does artwork for it.
Arrives June 23rd, 2022.
Oh my God. No. It's again, right? So when everyone has a go at me about Grand Theft Auto 5, saying I buy it about 1,000 times, which fair enough I did. It's literally this Sonic Origins is just releasing the games again. It's just releasing the games again.
There is extras on this one.
Oh yeah, it's probably stuff that they've done years ago. Now they're going to
No, actually there isn't. No, there isn't actually. Go on, did Stubbs have you got the actual pull up of what they're actually adding to it? Because I must admit, I was like, great, it's just basically a remaster of all the games shoved in a package. I've
heard they changed the graphics so it looks like Sonic did in the original movie trailer. They want to go with that.
They've if I remember correctly, and again I haven't got it pulled up, but they've added in you can play any of the characters in any of the games. So Knuckles you can play in the very first one.
Description pulled up.
Oh, okay, you go for him.
So relive you don't want that bit, you want the extras bit, don't you? It just says new unlockables, complete various missions to collect coins to unlock new content, challenges, and special stages through the museum. Classic and anniversary mode. Choose to spin dash your way through the numerous zones in classic mode with the game's original resolution and limited lives, or the new anniversary mode with unlimited lives and revamped full screen resolution. I can't see anything about these characters though.
Really? It was a big list. It's much more bigger list than what I saw.
But I'm on the Xbox store on the phone. That's probably why.
There's much more of a list there. You can because I saw a clip of it.
It's $32.99 by the way in the UK. That's what it will be.
That's not bad. It's not bad for the price, to be honest with you. No. From what I did see was you can actually play all 3 or 4 characters from every single one. So it does include Sega CD as well. They've also got an animated aspect to it. They put in some like an animated elements because the Sega CD had the animated intro, and I think they've done they've tied that up with some of the other games as well. Again, I haven't got it pulled up, but it is a little bit more than what is just a collection of remasters. Because that's the very first thing I thought is like, well, you're just basically paying for the same games in a package, really, isn't it?
Well, you're not getting this new super game. Sega says you're going to get this Sonic Front crap, whatever it's called, coming out anytime soon, because everyone's going to buy these remasters, and that's it. It's going to be
You
delayed.
know what? I think just to annoy you, I think I'm going to try and get this
complete
at
it
some point.
Oh, he won't complete it, but he will buy it. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get it. He'll start it. He'll start
I
it.
prefer to use Power Sega Mega Drive.
Do you know what? I don't want to agree with BMG over there at all. But at this point, is Sonic irrelevant? I mean, the movies are good. Let's be fair. They try to, but gaming wise, in my life, is Sonic irrelevant? Because let's be fair, I grew up with Sonic when I was a child, and they've done nothing with it since. It's the same bloody game.
But like I've said before, what's old to us is new to a whole new generation of games.
But this is
kids keep buying GTA 5. Exactly.
Well, no, to me that's not quite the same, but whatever.
What I'm saying though, Paul, is it?
I'm going to go buy it again.
Personally, for me, Sonic's okay, but not really worth 32.
But the movies are going to the movies are going to draw interest from a whole new generation of gamers.
To be fair, though,
Agreed.
I put
those that are about 10 years younger than you, and then the kids earlier than that are seeing these movies are going to go.
My son absolutely has got into Sonic, so I'm exceptionally happy in that regards because he's now absolutely loved it.
When I put my Mega Drive on, that my son wanted to take the controller and play Sonic 1. Well, I said, what were these crap graphics? Oh, it looks good, Daddy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, do
your son's not as picky as you are, old man.
Conversely, okay, I've got children as well, and I've got most Sonic games. Anything that's backwards compatible Sonic-wise, I have on the Xbox. It's in the Xbox store. I tried introducing my children to Sonic, and there's like, this is shit. They really did. They're like, well, what's this? What's this antiquated sort of? Why am I even playing this? I can be, Iron
Master
Man
Chief in Fortnite.
I can be Master Chief in Fortnite. Why do I want to jump around as a little blue silly thing? What's the point? And agreed that the movies will bring in some thingy, but to me, and I don't know. I don't think Sonic's still as relevant as he used to be. He used to be so prominent within the gaming
What they should have done is, if they wanted to make it relevant again, is they should have introduced a whole new game when the first movie came out a couple of years ago. They should have basically rebooted the entire franchise, had a game that runs with the movie, and done the same with the movie that's coming out now. Then you drive up interest. Then you say, hey, if you like this new stuff, hey, here's this older stuff we did. Here's where it got started, which is kind of what they're doing, by the way.
They could do. The trouble is, it's an IP that has so much that it could still do with it. Say, Sonic open world, they could easily do something along the lines. They've got so much there to do it, but they haven't tapped into it. So I agree with animated. There's potential there. I mean, you look at Mario. It's always constantly updated, tapped element.
Yeah, look what they did with Mario Galaxy.
I can
look what they did with Mario Galaxy. That was absolutely fantastic when it launched on the was it the Wii? It launched on, I think. One of that, it was something like that. But but they tried Sonic 3D before that, and it was shit.
But even though
they screwed that.
Even though I'm kind of championing it, I have no interest in it. I have no interest in any of the Mario games. I don't care how new they are, because that's an IP that to me is 40 years old, or 30 years old. I have no interest to go back to it. I was never that into it to begin with. So it's not for me.
Don't give me that, Cerebral. We all know you're a Spectrum Dizzy fan. If that was in 3D, you'd be right there now.
I'm the Dizzy fan. I'm the Dizzy fan. I love Dizzy. Fantasy Island Dizzy was my jam, baby, back in the day.
But I have, I have because even if I was back, there are a lot of games from back then that I was really into that I know won't play well today. I have no real, I have no real compunction about that, but it's also the main reason why I have no interest in a Nintendo Switch. I don't want to go back and play the IPs that I knew 20, 30, 35 years ago.
You're telling me, really, you just don't want to spend $10 for a calculator game?
Well, that too, yeah.
I tell you, a game we do need a new game of.
Superman.
Knew he'd
That
bring it
is
up.
what we knew a new game of.
I think, to be honest, it is ripe. It is ripe for. What was it? Did you see was it the Unreal 5? Tech demo of it. That looked really
you can
polished.
Actually play if obviously
if you mod it,
you can actually. He's made it. If you go onto his Twitter account, you can. He's put the link on there, so you can actually download it and play it as the Superman in the Unreal 5 city.
Nice.
He's actually made it free, like a free beta test thing that you can play.
My problem with Superman, unlike I love the Batman games, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, Arkham whatever, and the Telltale games. My problem with Superman is, to me, it's never about Superman because he's kind of milquetoast. Really, he's kind of a boring character. It's about the villains in the story.
It's about a kickoff.
Cerebral.
I know. Well, I mean, if you really look at Bruce called him a Boy Scout for a reason. There's
right,
and unless they build it into the story, there's no real conflict within him.
Batman dresses in a gimp suit and runs around at night in a cave.
Hey, gimp is our word. You can't use that word. Okay,
I don't know. I think, to be honest with you, that there is the evil Superman.
Yeah,
the dark side. I think the Christopher Reeve one, where that was a good one, wasn't it?
Injustice 2. Yeah, you're talking about Injustice 2, which
Oh no, I'm actually talking darker. It felt Justice 2 felt a little bit light and fluffy.
That crap they did in Superman 4, God, the Quest for Peace.
No.
That was bullshit.
No, I'm talking about Superman 2. The original, I'm Mr. Reeves, where he's drinking and flicking peanuts into the actual bar window and just smashing the hell out of it with peanuts. It's like you could see he was dark. That was dark.
What are you talking about?
He fights
Christopher Reeve.
That wasn't Superman 2. That wasn't Superman 2. Superman 2 was Zod.
Oh no, he was 3 with Richard Pryor.
Sorry, yes, you're right. Sorry, 3. Sorry, 3. Sorry.
2 was.
I must admit, I keep forgetting Zod. Yeah, even though I enjoyed it, Zod. Yeah, but look, that one, the dark side of him, he played it perfectly as a. Whoa, this is a side. It was just like a real drunken father sort of type. So that was just like he was mean. And you could see that meanness to him.
And they've done parts of that in the comic books as well, where
without a doubt, it really made him a
certain kryptonite that pulls out the evil side. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back from the Dead in chat says, "Have you ever watched Smallville?"
Yes,
I did watch Smallville.
I love Smallville. I've got it on box set. I've also bought them all on Amazon Video. It is one of my in the Superman universe. It's my most favorite series ever. Yeah. Watch it over and over again. But next to that has to be the new Superman and Lois series, which is
is actually pretty cool.
It's really good.
But again, most of the conflicts in those shows don't have to do with Superman himself. It has to do with things going on around him.
And that's better because you can see the more of the human side. It's like when he's got. I know he's like steel.
But that's what I'm saying. For a game to work, it's got to have that same aspect.
But the Superman Returns game did well because they did it. Oh, even though you couldn't die, if the more and more the city was destroyed, that was like your health bar. If the city was destroyed, then it was game over.
Well, that was a little bit of collateral damage there, so you got to deal with that.
New York's gone. Okay, so that's wrong. I don't know. I think, to be honest with you, I think that there could be a bit of morality system there. It could be very much like the Spider-Man-esque sort of aspects to where things are.
That's like
just a little bit more complicated than just simply being invincible.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if BMG, if you ever read it, but they did a Superman versus aliens. The aliens from the franchise Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did it? No, I didn't know.
No, they did. They did a comic book. They did a comic book series of that, and it came down to his moral choice. I don't kill. I choose not to kill. I never go full out. But with these things, if I let them live, they will destroy other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he's got to deal with that moral choice that he has to make. Normally, we never see him go full out because he chooses not to do that. You know,
except for Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, they pointed it out. Even then, they pointed it out. You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying him. It's really hard to rate a truly good story. It's more about
yeah.
It's more about what he's reacting to and what he's having to deal with.
Exactly. But it's like just seeing what they can do with that Unreal 5 though is just amazing.
Well, it's like it reminds me too, like we saw, Anthem. Everybody loved Anthem. The flight mechanics in Anthem screamed Iron Man.
Iron Man the game. Yeah, I've just played.
Yeah, and it's kind of too bad they've never done anything with that. But maybe one day they'll sell that engine off and we'll get an Iron Man game or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be good.
It's quite hard. It's hard with superhero games because if the character's invincible or has these super strengths, it's hard to do. It's like, we've got Spider-Man because Spider-Man, even though he's stronger, he can die. Iron Man can die. Batman should die.
But see, the way they can work around Iron Man or Superman can't die is, you've got Lex Luthor using his kryptonite bullets or his
exactly,
kryptonite gear.
Yeah.
Same with when everybody goes, there's no way Batman can beat Superman. Well, in the comic books, Batman keeps a store of kryptonite just in case.
Yep. Yeah, very much so.
And Clark knows that. Clark knows, hey, if I ever go rogue, this guy's going to come and kick my ass.
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, the best one that got me the best one that got me in terms of a superhero game that was done really well was Wolverine Origins on.
Yes.
They nailed that down in terms of the fact you can die, the fact you can regenerate, they nailed that story down, and it's slightly tied in with the films as well. And it was like they did it perfectly. For me, it felt spot on. So I think there is a way you can do a really decent superhero game. It's just, as you said, you've got to bring the dark side to it.
It's who you pick. So that what I was going to say was reflect on exactly what you just said. With a good superhero, with any superhero you're interested in, it's their actual struggle through life that's the interesting part of it, isn't it? Where they're struggling to find out who they are, what they are, how they do it. All that's bullshit. That's what keeps me interested in a superhero. With a game, especially like the origin story, Wolverine Origins, perfect example. That's exactly what I look for in sort of a superhero game. Superman, it's a case of, do you know what? I'm going to fly around and kick ass. No, it doesn't really matter. I need to feel invested within the character and their struggle to actually become that superhero for me to be really invested in them as a person. If that
I would
sense.
Actually, for a Superman game, I would love them to play both sides. Okay, you're Clark Kent and something's happening and you cannot reveal you're Superman, but you've got to resolve this issue. So how do you do that without giving away your identity? How do you,
Yeah.
And I would say, I'd add to that, halfway through the game, you break.
Yeah.
So you break it and you may have to start yourself from fresh again. Get back some of your powers. Something happens to rip you down to your basic core again, which would tie well in with your situation where you're Clark Kent. So you have to stay as Clark Kent because you haven't got your superpowers for some reason. And then you have to find a way of trying to get them back before you can get yourself back to a fully energized Superman. So that could work.
A Telltale game, like they've done with the Batman, a Telltale type series, because then
would feed into that very well.
Because you could be Superman, full powers and everything, but the situations where you have to be Clark Kent and you can't be Superman.
You have to solve that issue, clandestinely without giving away your identity.
Yeah, definitely. That is something I'd like. I know Quantic Dream, they're not a very good company at the moment. Hopefully things will change, but I think that's something they could do. Like with Detroit Become Human, that type thing. I think they could come up with something really, really good and do a superhero story or something like that. I think, It'd be quite good.
Stubbs asleep. With
I'm here. I have no knowledge.
we do apologise. We kind of drowned you out there a little bit. So
I was just listening because I've no knowledge on it. So
another topic you'd have no knowledge on. I'm starting to worry about you, Stubbs. Was it just Gears? That was it. That was your entire thing. Was Gears?
Yeah,
I'm trying to, but
Gears and wrestling.
I play more than Gears. I haven't played Gears in months. So, anyway, it's been a good show. It has.
It has, yep.
Thanks for coming on, Baldman Gamer, and to donating the 3-month Game Pass for, and it went to Puxley.
Yeah, congratulations, Puxley.
Well done. Yep, congratulations.
Do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Thanks again. Thanks for having me again, guys. It's been brilliant. I really enjoyed it. It's been a fun show. Congratulations, Puxley, on winning the code. You can catch me on Twitter at Baldman Gamer. If you want to add me as a friend or follow me on Xbox, it's Baldman Gamer, and on PlayStation, it's Baldman Gamer 86. Other than that, you can't get me.
And in the Sega fan club, it's Baldman Gamer. I love Sonic.
I'm having a T-shirt made, so anytime I'm going to be on camera, it'll be I hate Sonic.
Fan requests at ilovesonic.com.
Yep.
Yeah. His OnlyFans where he dresses up as Sonic, but
Exactly.
Well, I am going to be joining Twitter soon. At Twitch, I'm going to be getting a pool full of water, and I'm going to sit in it and while live on camera. So if anyone wants to buy any pool water, there we go. There we go.
Fair enough.
Thanks for coming on, Baldman Gamer.
Cheers. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks, Animated Evil. It's been another good podcast.
Absolutely enjoyed myself. So, thank you for BMG for coming on and being awesome as he is. He's a good guy.
You.
And thanks to the rest of you Stubbs and the rest of the panel. As always, you can find me at animated_evil on Twitter, animated evil 857 on Twitch and Xbox.
Very true comment here. It's on the screen now.
Oh my god.
What's the self-styled saying? We think he protects too much.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
If only Assassin Looper was here to help you in chat.
She would defend me to the end.
She would. Do you know what? Assassin Looper's words, I'm going to quote what she says exactly the same. Don't talk to me about that little blue bastard. That's what she says.
Oh, God. That could be a very interesting Twitch stream, couldn't it? We could just basically if he's doing a charity event, we could do a charity event of 2 hours or 3 hours of just playing every Sonic game.
No. I would literally, you'd just see me turning off camera and hear a left as I'm whacking my head off the wall.
Thanks for coming on with me.
Damn you, Stubbs. Damn you.
No, thanks, Stubbs, for coming on. Obviously, much appreciated to have Baldman Gamer on again. It's always great to have him on. He always provides a bit of a laugh for us. So it's just very much appreciated. Hopefully, get you on again, soon as well. And again, of course, thanks to my other panelists for just, being awesome as usual. Animated, whose background is he's going through a little bit of a change there. So we're looking forward to the new setup. Much appreciated. And of course, we're going to get to see Cerebral outside. As you can see in the background there, MegaCon, Orlando. So make sure you do try, if he's there, go up and have a chat with him. Because I'm sure he'll enjoy meeting people. Yes.
And pre-order your photograph.
Exactly.
$150.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And if you're bored, really, really bored, you can catch me on Twitter, Minds, YouTube, and Xbox under the name RemovableSanity.
Thanks for coming on, the Removable.
Thank
and
you.
Cerebral Paul. Can you tell people where they can find you and the booking information to get a photograph of yourself?
You can find me on Twitter at CerebralPaul1, Twitch and YouTube at CerebralPaul. Also on Twitch at the Xbox Ambassador channel, twitch.tv/Xbox Ambassadors, where I have a show every Monday called Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul, where I just game, but it does come up that the idea is I will discuss the difficulties I have when I'm playing, because of my disability. So tune in there as well. That happens every Monday. And of course, you'll find me here every Wednesdays. On tomorrow, you'll find me on 4GQ TV. Sunday, you'll find me. This Sunday is the last Good Morning Xbox with Nuke Nukem. We will be moving the show elsewise. I don't know who the actual host is going to be. I have an idea, but I can't say. And then on Tuesdays, you can find me on Retro Renegades. And of course, back here again next Wednesday.
Thanks, Paul. And RemovableSanity's headset is making an appearance right at the end of the show.
Waited till the end of the show.
Is it? Well, there you go. I'll try.
At least it didn't sound like the black the black helicopters were landing this time.
That's his PlayStation 4 booting up.
Darren, that's removable getting the Hummer. Yes, you can hear that.
But anyway, thanks for joining us. And also, I noticed Matt Barnes popped in. Thanks for popping in, and good luck on giving up smoking. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Thanks, BMG, and I'm doing the chat roll call now. Matt Barnes, Back from the Dead, Animated Evil, as you're in there. It's going up the list. Ori was in as well. Luke Steele and Puxley. Well done on
Dreadpool
on winning the code. I've sent you it. And Dreadpool, Lazy Few. I think I say his name right. And also, I can't remember. There's a lot of chat. The Doom Reaper was also in there.
Yep.
That's as far as my chat goes, anyway, in the private one. But yeah, thanks for popping in, everyone. And we will see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Cheers, guys. See you later.